Hello there. Worry not, for I have returned to you at your hour of need, back from the spirit internet realm to enlighten you and give you my vision and my opinion on Diablo 4 beta. I know, it's what you've all been waiting for at the edge of your seats since, without me, how could you know what to think and how to feel about the video game? It is difficult to form such an opinion, after all. And that is why I'm here. I have some additional thoughts, notes, complaints, and impressions after having played some more this weekend. I'll be talking about the Druid, the Necromancer, some issues during gameplay, what is good, what is bad, what could be great, and giving you a verdict about the whole experience. I want to jump right into the Druid and Necro right off the bat. Basically, Necro, good. Druid could be good, but needs some love. These two classes seem to be at the opposite ends of the power spectrum as of this writing. While the Necro already has a broken immortal build that does tons of damage, the Druid struggles big time. The damage seemed great during mid-game, but dropped off after I leveled up completely. By now, almost everyone who cares about the game has seen the videos and comparisons, so no need for me to go over it again. Basically, the Necro can destroy bosses with ease, while the Druid can get destroyed by those very same bosses. The shapeshifting looks amazing, but the resource management can be a huge problem with some enemy types. Now, I'm about to commit another form of sacrilege against the Diablo and PoE communities. I hate minions. And no, I don't mean the movie. I never liked those completely brain-dead builds where I have my minions do the fighting for me. Please keep in mind, if you are a minion player, I got nothing personal against you, but I personally don't like it. However, Diablo 4 and the Necromancer surprised me. I can't exactly tell why yet. Maybe it's the design of the minions or the Necromancer class overall, but I really enjoyed it. Now, I fully expect the Necro to be rebalanced at some point due to its already broken immortal kill everything build, but I think they will still keep the class very powerful. Now, when it came to gameplay, some issues still kept popping up, like during the previous beta. The word of the day is rubber banding. My god, so much rubber banding. The game would go just fine, and then all of a sudden, completely out of nowhere, I'd get flung from where I was back to where I came from. Once the game brought me to the entrance of a dungeon I was halfway through. No reason why, no explanation given, of course, just snap, I'm back where I started. The invisible walls are still a thing, which was a great surprise. Mainly they're located at the east exit of Kyoishat, so I always had to go a different route in order to get to a quest on that side of the map. No idea why, just keeps happening. And what would solve all these issues? Easily? And without frustration to the players? Bug fixing, of course. Updates, patches, more testing, etc. Also, as a temporary fix, I would humbly suggest offline mode. You remember offline, the thing that doesn't have problems with rubber banding, or queues, or network dropping? Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. It's a whole new concept, I know, but just imagine a game that does not require an always online internet connection. Yeah, 22nd century technology right there. And this leads me to something else I'm going to do, which is, once again, not really smart. I am going to disagree with one of the biggest YouTubers out there when it comes to this type of games, Asmongold. Now, as a fan of his videos, I do follow him regularly, but sometimes I don't fully agree with his statements. This would be one of those times. In one video, Asmon mentioned that it's pointless to keep talking about getting an offline mode. And I agree with him up to a certain point. From a business perspective, it does seem highly likely that most publishers will try to enforce always online to prevent piracy, hacking, and other wonderful things of this nature. I agree with that part. However, I don't think we should stop talking about having offline modes for games, if for no other reason but to keep the memory of how good offline can feel many times. Now, in my previous video, I mentioned Wolcen and Last Epoch having an offline mode and forgot the biggest one of them, Diablo 2 Resurrected. It has an offline mode which I play, and this is one of my favorite things in this game. I've got nothing against online for people who enjoy it, of course. I also sometimes go online with friends, but when I play solo, I play solo, offline, off the grid, completely alone. And then I don't have to worry if my internet provider will decide suddenly to do maintenance on the network and cut me off at the worst possible moment, and I can enjoy the game stress-free. That is, until the power company also decides to do maintenance and cuts off the power for an hour or two. Yes, that actually happened to me. But I digress. There are arguments for not having an offline mode, but none of them are really that good. They mostly concern the company and not the players. And not to mention how bad Blizzard actually are at implementing their own policies. They said D3 could not be made offline because of the way the game was designed, yet I can play it on console hassle-free. Okay, on Switch you do need to be connected when you go into the game, so it can verify that it's an original game which you purchased. But after that, you don't need to stay connected. This in turn enabled people to hack the game and create hacked items which destroy the balance and the leaderboards for everyone who care about them. I don't, but someone does. If we had offline mode with separate characters, this wouldn't be an issue as the characters would be usable only offline, and nobody gives a damn if you hack the game to have quintillions of damage with a single white item. If that's your thing, hey, go nuts, have fun. The people who want to play legit have online mode where there can't and shouldn't be any cheating. I think this would be appreciated by most people. I think it's a very good compromise for both parties. And also, I would like to know for certain that on release day, I will be able to play the game and not have to wait on Blizzard to stabilize the servers. Oh, the D3 flashbacks. Again, a win for everyone involved. So, while I do understand Asmon's point about it being pointless to talk about offline mode, I disagree. I don't think they will do it, but that shouldn't stop me from talking about it. Maybe some other dev will take this into consideration when they make a new ARPG and I can enjoy my offline mode there. I believe that's exactly why Last Epoch has it. The devs listened to player feedback and they realized, oh, you do want an offline mode. And now we have it. So that's a win. Maybe we'll never get the Diablo offline mode, but other publishers and developers just might listen and give it to us. Now, I have spoken about the Necromancer and the Druid a little bit, but there is another class which I also left behind. And this class was the biggest surprise to me during this weekend because of how much I enjoyed it. It was the Rogue. The poison skills felt very interesting and fun. The mobility was another nice surprise, as well as the more tactical playstyle you can employ when fighting, meaning you can place traps and lure enemies into them, which was, I have to admit, satisfying in a way. All in all, I had fun playing the beta. I was not blown away by it, but I did have fun. And now, as for the verdict, I say that it would be stupid to do so at this point. I mean, we got a taste of the game, but it was a small taste in the end. I want to see what the endgame looks like, what the build diversity is like, how do the Paragon points and legendary items factor into the game, as well as experience the full story. While I do appreciate a good hoarding game like this, I find that without a good story, I might as well go outside and collect newspapers. Now, it would be really easy to go and say, oh, this is going to be the best game ever, game of the year right here. Nothing can beat this, Path of Exile 2 is dead. Or I could say, this game sucks and hasn't got a chance in hell to be any good. And either one of these statements can be true at the moment. I mean, it's kind of a, cat in a box, Schrödinger situation, because we don't have the whole picture. We don't know everything. So I'm going to wait for the final product and see what it really has to offer instead of prejudging it. Why? Two reasons. First, it's Blizzard, and they are likely to change their minds as fast as a person suffering from schizophrenia, so it's hard to tell what we'll get in the end. And second, I think it's stupid to judge a product based on a sample. It would be like judging something only based on its outward appearance. Well, what do you call those? Ah, yeah, books. Books. Don't judge them by the covers? That's what I'm thinking of, I believe. Though you can judge the hell out of the author. We are all familiar with the author in this case. They produce such fine games like the Casino Inception Immortal. But that's a whole different story. Here, I'm just trying to take a look at the game as it stands. And what I got was fine. Not great, not terrible. And in the end, I just want to remind you all that this is just my personal opinion, and I do not expect you to agree with it. If you do, that's great, awesome, hey, maybe we could be friends, maybe we could go out for a beer sometime. Or if you don't agree, well, hey, tell me what you would want done differently down in the comments. So if you liked this video and found my rambling interesting, please leave a like, and who knows, maybe you subscribe, maybe you don't, we'll see where it goes. The relationship is still young, I can wait, I'll win you over in time. But seriously, you will be mine, I will have you. Or something a normal person would say, like would mean a lot to me. And soon, I hope I will get back on track and resume posting videos as fast as I can make them. And no, Legacy of Kain fans, I haven't forgotten about my promise. I will do the reviews and I will address the poll I've made. Just please be understanding, give me some more time. I will see you soon, hopefully in the next one.